with no regard for human life. Deshaun Jackson gets a block. Are you kidding? And a steal. Miller retreats to the three-point line and hits again. Majero! Oh, you beauty! What a headshot! What a hit!
Welcome to the No Regard podcast. My name's Nathan Bleakley.
My name's Marcelo Lucha.
Alright, so we've had a week off, Marcelo. We're recharged, we're reinvigorated, we're ready to go.
Yeah, let's apologise for that.
Okay. So we had a good streak going with the pod and we messed up to the people. Like, we're sorry, guys.
And there's no excuses.
There's no excuses.
We were just lazy. Let's be honest.
That's it. We could say we were on the study grind, but
that wouldn't be entirely true.
What have you been up to in your week off, Marcelo?
Well, on the week off, when we were supposed to do the pod, went to Adelaide, right? And I was really impressed by Adelaide as a city because I'd never been there before.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been to Sydney, Melbourne, Canberra.
East Coast snobs that we are.
Yeah. And honestly, when I heard when I think about Adelaide, it's wow, it's gonna be smaller than Brisbane. It's just gonna be some country town. There's nothing's gonna be there. Yo, this place is pretty packed with life.
Really?
Legit. You know how so Brisbane has Queen Street Mall, right? Mm-hmm. It's a cross, right? It's just one lane here and the other lane going to South Bank, right?
Yeah.
One going to King George. In Adelaide, it's an entire strip. At Rundle Mall, it took me 10 minutes to walk down from beginning to end.
Jeez.
Shops all in between, just high-rise buildings. Honestly, there's a city there. Adelaide, you cool. You actually got a city. That's actually a major city. So I was ignorant, but I learned that. I mean, the winery's awesome. Got a nice wine list that got some favourites now, so yeah.
Welcome to South Australia, man.
It was a pretty good trip, I'd recommend it. But what about you, man? What did you do on your week off?
I've been pretty busy my week or two off. I went to Sydney myself. There's quite a big city there.
Yep.
That was quite fun exploring Sydney. Explored the Opera House. Spent because of shout out to Todd Groveshmill. Spent 3 hours outside the Chelsea Hotel. Ended up catching a glimpse of the view of the players.
Hey man, that's what you live for.
And hey man, 83,000 people in ANZ Stadium. Pardon me. It was a big game and good to see our boys from England getting the big win there. And then also I took the nice, quiet 3-hour each-way drive up to Rainbow Beach.
Which is worth it.
So I could jump out of a plane.
Okay, and how was that?
Yeah, jumping out of a plane was fun, man.
Your second time, right?
Second time. I did it at the Gold Coast beforehand, so hey man, I had a lot of fun, and now just basically trying to survive the rest of these exams.
Well, let's talk about uni then. Alright, how many exams you got left?
3.
3?
As you would as well?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, so the study grind is real, as I'm sure it is for a lot of you listening.
Yeah. Well, we're happy to contribute to some procrastination around the Queensland ranks.
I mean, this is procrastination for us as well.
It is so procrastination right now.
But it's good to be back, guys.
Yeah.
We'll try not to miss a week again.
We'll try not to. We'll try and keep the streak going again. Well, we're doing this in the middle of exam block. That just, I think, shows our commitment to
Speaks
one
to the
thing.
dedication.
Yeah, it shows the dedication to our podcast and maybe not our study. Alright, so let's hop straight in. There's one big news thing going on in the middle of sport at the moment. What is it, Marcelo?
NBA Finals, man.
NBA Finals. We are currently, although the podcast will be put out after Game 5, we are currently locked at 2-2 as we are recording on a Sunday morning. Man, it's been pretty amazing so far, in my opinion.
I've loved it. Yeah.
We are both neutrals here, you being a New York Knicks fan and me being a Chicago Bulls fan. Mm-hmm. We're neutral in this sort of one, but just as a viewer, it's some really intense stuff.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. Just as a reminder, though, you had Golden State in 7.
I did have Golden State in 7. You had
Cavs
in 6.
So I don't think my prediction is going to play out.
Okay.
I'll be honest.
Well, let's talk about the first 4 games, man. So we had the first 2 games in Oakland. The Warriors, the Oracle Arena. Mm-hmm. What do you think of the first 2 games? The 2 OTs.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so yes, both teams could have gone 2-0 realistically, right? But
Very
I think
close.
the Cavs had the best chance of going 3-0 in this series.
They're going to regret, I reckon, that first game where Shumpert did miss that shot on the buzzer.
Yeah, Shumpert got the rebound shot, and that shot should have gone in. I mean, that was such a good look.
Yeah.
But LeBron driving left.
You feel like he should have gone to just straight up gone to the paint, try to get some fouls, try to get the layup.
Exactly.
Well, he's been effective in the paint these playoffs. Like everywhere out of there, he just hasn't been that good.
Yeah. So
hasn't been that efficient.
Especially when you're right. Especially when you're not shooting well. But at the same time, if he drives and kicks it out, I don't have faith in these guys. Because J.R. Smith hasn't been playing well. Neither has Shumpert. They haven't been shooting well.
We were saying he had a little bit of a deal with the devil so he could play really well up into the Eastern Conference Finals.
I mean, now you've got Knicks fans saying, this is what we've been dealing with. Like, this is a night-to-night thing.
You've got Knicks J.R. Smith right now. Like,
yeah. This is like the worst part of J.R. Smith.
I mean, that game 4 was tragic. Like, I think his plus-minus was negative 27. That's horrible, by the way, for those listening.
Yeah. It's not a number you want next to your name.
They were actually +6. Even though they lost the game by 20, the Cavaliers were +6 with him off the floor.
Yeah.
So it just speaks to how bad of a game J.R. Smith had in game 4. But I mean, the first 2 games, like 2 overtimes, I mean, what else could you ask for in an NBA Finals?
Yeah.
LeBron in those first 3 games was, I think, historic is the word.
Like, he put it up on another level.
He did, like, averaging 41, 12, and 8 over the first 3 games. Obviously, his game 4, he did struggle quite a bit. Mm-hmm. I think the main thing for LeBron has been he's just had to will this team to victory.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have Kevin Love, who went down against the Celtics. He doesn't have Kyrie, who did go down in game 1 as well. I mean, let's talk about Kyrie, man. I mean, the first game, he looked really, really good. Like, really, really, really good. Like, he got in that clutch play to stop Steph's layup at the end of game 1. But he was out there 44 minutes. Like, it was a minute and a half to go in overtime before he got injured. I mean, as David Blatt, I mean, this guy's coming off a very, like, injured sort of week. Do you play a guy like that 44 minutes?
I think you do.
Really? Finals?
Yeah, I think you do. Because, like you just said, finals. And, you talked about the plays that he made on Steph Curry. And we're going to talk about Dellavedova later, because he's been a huge piece of this finals.
Peanut butter deli time.
But can you imagine if Kyrie would have been guarding Curry for 4 games, and then he'd go to the bench and Dellavedova would come in and guard Curry?
And you feel like Dellavedova wouldn't have the same amount of confidence if Irving was on the thing the whole time.
Yeah. So
I see hobbled Irving guarding Curry is a bad thing.
Right.
I see what Dellavedova has been doing is a better case than any defending Kyrie could have been doing.
Yeah, but like offensively, it would put Curry under pressure as well.
Oh, of course.
So obviously Kyrie is a huge loss. Honestly, I think they win game 1
with Kyrie.
Yeah, just with like that came down pretty close.
It was knife's edge. Both games were very sort of close. I mean, all the games have really been, both teams have had an advantage at one point. I mean, game 3 especially, like, Cavs were up 20, and Golden State gets within 1 point in the last quarter. I mean, like, that's almost a Titanic sort of collapse there. And, like, Golden State went up, like, 15 in game 4, and then Cavs got within about 3 points as well. Like, either team's shown that they can come back from a deficit, like,
right,
which makes I mean, game 5 we're going back to Golden State. I mean, this could go either way. Yeah,
and like, at least for me, I don't think Golden State's been playing well at all. Like forget that Curry's not shooting well, but as a team, I don't think they've been playing well.
I feel like we're seeing like the flowing sort of pass heavy offense of the regular season, where they were hitting open shots a lot, that they were getting a lot of points in the paint in transition. Like, I think the stat on one of the games was like their points in transition, their fast break points are way down, even on the other playoff series where they've been limited compared to the regular season. So you have much less there's a lot less pace, because let's be honest, LeBron has controlled the pace of this entire series.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much playing every minute of every game.
I mean, the Cavaliers game plan up to this point was a lot of LeBron isolation, was a lot of LeBron posting up a smaller guy, trying to get those points in the paint. I mean, like, to be honest, like, what else can you do? Like, the first 3 games, LeBron was shooting over 34 shots a game, and that's kind of necessary given the situation the Cavaliers are in. And we saw him in game 4, he only shot 22 shots, mainly because of the Warriors' defense taking those shots away from him. I mean, let's first. I want to give a quick shout to Andre Iguodala.
Oh hell yeah!
Easily, I think behind LeBron has been the best player in this series.
And like we love Iguodala.
I mean, Iggy's like one of our favorite players, I reckon, because he doesn't go out and get the stats. He has the athletic ability and the defensive nous to be a star, but he chooses to have that smaller role, and he can be very effective. And we saw in Game 4 that like this guy can step it up when he's needed.
Yeah, he's a really good player in Denver, and like this is the first time in his career coming off the bench, and he's playing really, really well.
I mean,
these finals.
in my opinion, he was Sixth Man of the Year. He deserved it over Lou Williams. It's him or Isaiah Thomas, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I mean, it's all you're harkening back to the history books now, talking about Sixth Man of the Year. I mean, that was so long ago. But you know, like Iggy's been very effective in this series. He's really the only option on LeBron, in my opinion. I mean, Draymond Green hasn't been.
He hasn't been playing well, but you know what? Harrison Barnes has surprised me.
Oh yeah,
He's been playing really well.
Defensively. I think offensively he did stumble a little bit in Game 2 and 3, but in Game 4 he came out absolutely guns blazing. I reckon he has the athletic talent. I mean, you watch this guy jump. He's absolutely insane.
You know who can jump higher, though?
Who?
Just guess. He's on the Cavs. And he's out rebounding like pretty much everyone.
You mean Dennis Rodman 2.0?
Yeah, pretty much.
Tristan Thompson, I mean,
This guy is
Getting
unbelievable.
paid. This guy's getting paid this offseason. I mean, like, he has every trick, every nook, cranny in the book to try and get these rebounds. I mean, I feel like with the Cavaliers, though, I don't want to talk about free agency too much, but, like, they're going to struggle trying to re-sign Kevin Love and him for the amount Tristan Thompson can demand in free agency. I mean, because this guy can... one of the power forwards has looked like a max guy and the other hasn't.
Yeah.
And I mean, coming into the series, we were saying Draymond Green was the max guy. But Tristan Thompson is looking like the max right now. Like,
pretty much, yeah.
Like, I mean, max value, I mean, he's not great offensively, but I mean, what team doesn't want a player that will go that hard, that'll hustle that hard, can get so many rebounds?
Yeah, and for the people that just look at the box score and like his stats, he's not gonna have like ridiculous like 30 offensive rebounds. Yeah, exactly. It's not like. But you got to watch this guy play. Like the amount of tips and just the hustle plays, like just boxing out other people so Mozgov can get the rebound, so LeBron can get the rebound. Like the guy just hustles and he. Oh my god! I would really want to see the vertical stats on this guy. Oh yeah, because this guy would probably be up there with like Zach LaVine or maybe Anthony Davis in terms of hops.
And you were seeing like in Game 4, like the only way they were getting with the boards is like two guys were boxing him out at the same time. Like, and even then it wasn't like hugely effective. Like, I mean, like just first I want to give props to the Cavs, the way they've taken such a ramshackle sort of squad into this finals, and that they're currently 2-2. I mean. Part of me was thinking it might be 5 games or even like a sweep these finals.
Yeah, I mean,
never count out LeBron. Like that's why I said Warriors in 7. But I mean, let's talk about Mozgov. I mean, some of the games.
I was hoping you'd get to it.
Yeah. Okay. The big Russian, the Mozgod.
Mozgod.
Okay, so Mozgov, for those that don't know, with J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert, came in the mid-season. I mean, he came from the Denver Nuggets, where he was more a rotational big man.
Yep.
And now he's the starting center in the NBA Finals. And throwing up some stats, by the way. Like, I mean, 17 and 11 in Game 2. And also, like, in Game 4...
breaking his career record in points, right?
Yeah,
in
28 points. I mean, obviously... I think, honestly, the Warriors' defense at that time was more like, let's play the old, let Mozgov get 30 points and stop everyone else's offense. But, I mean, like, Mozgov's a good player, and, like, let's say LeBron and Mozgov both play well in a game. Like, there's not much the Warriors can do.
No, there isn't.
Because, like, the guy's, like, 7'3". Like, he's huge.
He's huge. And we're going to talk about the Golden State bigs as well, because they're going to be a big factor. But yeah, I mean, this guy's playing out of his shoes. It's amazing to see, like, and it happens all the time in basketball, especially like okay, Mozgov and like even Dellavedova, you know, like players that don't really ever do anything, and then suddenly on the biggest stage they come to play.
Exactly,
and it's all about the hustle, man.
I don't think we can go any further while we're talking about hustle. Until we talk about Dellavedova.
The Aussie legend, bro.
Mate.
Props to Matt Dellavedova.
Dellavedova, like, look, let's be honest. His Game 4 wasn't great, but what he did up until then was unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I mean, game 2 and 3. I mean, I've never seen one player become such a cult hero after 2 games. Like,
I mean, his jerseys were selling out. They sold out.
He was the biggest selling jersey over that 2-game period.
Yeah.
Like, bigger than LeBron, bigger than Curry. Like,
I mean, guarding the quote-unquote MVP. And I say quote-unquote because I'm salty about James Harden.
yeah, I know. look, I honestly think Curry did best player on the best team. And we saw what happened with the Rockets. Like, I think in the Rockets series, it showed who the real MVP was.
Yeah.
And man, I'm a sucker for like Steph Curry and the family man that he is. I mean, Riley Curry, the real MVP. Like, those press conferences have been great.
Oh, by the way, just a quick thing. The criticism of that was so unwarranted.
Okay, no. Like, in terms of like people that were saying, oh yeah, nah, he can't bring his kid. Like, people have been doing it for ages. Like,
Yeah, right.
especially in like the playoffs. Like, you know, like, and he didn't like bring it up for publicity stuff. She asked to come up. Like,
Exactly.
You know, and let's be honest, that's a really cute kid.
Yeah.
Like,
And, like, honestly, the players are doing you a favor by answering your question.
exactly.
And he was answering the questions. It's not like he was just focused on her
Exactly.
the whole time. He was answering questions, so I can't see how you can criticize someone for bringing
And as far as I saw, they got a lot more content out of the Riley Curry thing than anything than like Steph
Exactly.
Curry said. Like,
Yeah, I mean, Steph Curry's never going to say anything too ridiculous. you know?
exactly. Like, there's a lot of players that are very, you know, they know what they're going to say. They're very smart.
But let's stick to the MVP.
You mean Dellavedova?
Steph Curry, he's been struggling.
He's been struggling, but I mean, his game 3 and game 4 have been better. He's been shooting really well since then. I mean, like, but the job Dellavedova did on Curry in game 2 was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Dova throws up 20 points in game 3 as well. I mean, he needs to keep doing it. I mean, the only way I can see the Cavs winning the series is if Curry continues to struggle and also Clay continues to struggle. I mean, shout out to the Cavs backcourt in general. And by Cavs backcourt, I don't count J.R. Smith because I can... He's barely a player.
Yeah, he's like not even on the team sometimes. Like.
He's got his own agenda. Walking in the game 4 in a hoverboard.
Yeah, I found that hilarious.
Yeah,
though,
like,
because
imagine if they would have won. Like, that would have just been so great.
Like, how does that even work? Though? I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Because it's like a little skateboard.
Hey man, money.
Because like it had wheels, right?
Yeah.
It's not like literally a hoverboard where it's like
like
on water.
it might be. Like, I think
like
like
shit.
a mini,
I don't know. Like
mini hoverboard sort of thing.
Might have
like,
to give him a shout on Twitter, ask him what's going on. But he
He
had
was
like a remote control.
Yeah,
in his
he was struggling to control it and all that sort of stuff.
Dude, that was so funny. But hey, you do you, JR.
Yeah,
you just got to start making the shots.
But yeah, Armand Shumpert and Dellavedova's defensive jobs on the backcourt has been pretty great this whole series.
Yeah. Best backcourt in the league, and it's getting shut down.
It's getting shut down, but it's starting to emerge. But let's be honest, in my opinion, the Warriors have the best. Maybe now they probably have 7 of the best 8 players in this series. You know, like behind LeBron, like it's just all Warriors.
I don't know. I'd put Tristan Thompson in there too.
Tristan Thompson, that's true. But yeah, man, like I think, in my opinion, let's be honest, some of the jobs, like LeBron's been playing amazing. He did struggle in game 4, but he has put up historical numbers. But that's because he's forced to, because he's taking all of Love's shots, all of Irving's shots as well. Dover's played really well, but I don't see how we're going to be in a situation where the Cavaliers shut it down in your pick in 6. Mm-hmm. I can't see them winning 2 games in a row now.
No, I can't see that either.
Especially in Oakland. Like, I reckon this game, whoever wins game 5 wins the series.
Yeah.
And we'll know. We won't be able to obviously tell you guys in the pod by the time it comes out. We should know.
Yeah.
But man, like, I reckon this goes 7 games.
I mean,
I don't see either team winning 2 in a row at this point.
No, I can't see that happening.
I don't think LeBron will let the Warriors take it in game 6, and I don't see just the way the Cavaliers. They kind of look tired, in my opinion. Now,
yeah,
they look a bit tired.
Yeah, Dellavedova looked absolutely exhausted, and he was hospitalized for cramps.
And LeBron was gassed after the 3rd quarter in the last game. I mean, like, some of these guys, like LeBron's played, I think he's only missed about like 20 minutes. of the entire series so far.
Yeah.
When there's probably been like close to 180, 190 minutes played in total. Like,
Yeah, because we had 2 overtimes.
Exactly. Like,
so, I mean, you see the Cavs go to the bench, and like immediately the medical staff is on LeBron, like massaging his legs and like doing whatever they need to do.
The old camera gate too, like so camera tried to kill LeBron like the last game. I mean, everyone's trying to get LeBron.
Nah, that's just bad luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you reckon the camera should be backed up a bit? For the court?
For the record, yes, I do. At least like a meter.
I think
or
even
half a meter.
Like the it's all good being like side court for like the seats for the fans, but I think everyone's a bit too close.
Okay.
The way these guys have been hustling, everyone's a bit close. Like,
okay, I don't mind courtside seats. If you sit courtside, you gotta know that you're gonna have someone destroy you at some point if you go there enough, right?
You're more likely to catch a player than a ball.
Exactly. But for the cameramen on the sides, so like under the rim, do you see the size of these cameras? Okay, yeah, sure, they shoot in like Ultra HD, like there's not even a camera that we could buy at like a JB Hi-Fi that matches it, right? But why do they have to be so close?
Exactly.
You could these cameras must have like 50 times optical zoom. Like these aren't cheap cameras.
Exactly.
Put them back a meter or even a meter and a half. The quality isn't going to go down.
Exactly.
If anything, they're going to have like better shots of them like in action, so they're not so close. Because how many times have you seen like action replays where someone's like literally standing in front of the camera and you can't see what's going on?
True.
On an inbounds pass or something.
That's a good
like
point.
That. So move them back. It makes the game safer as well.
Exactly.
But let's talk about the bigs, Golden State.
Okay.
Another Aussie.
That's true. Andrew Bogut, he didn't start in Game 4. Steve Kerr lied. He told everyone he was going to start Bogut. Just throws Draymond and Iggy out there at the start of the game. He's like, nope, lied to you.
Yep.
They're playing better without Bogut.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's smart to go small because that gives you better chance in transition against... They're going to get killed on the boards, though, without some bigs. But, like, let's be honest, like, the David Lee has, like, finally emerged from the depths of the Golden State bench. A former All-Star, by the way, like 2 years ago.
He's a very good player.
And he's showing why he gets paid the amount that he does now. Like, David Lee's been really good off the bench, and it's because the Cavaliers probably didn't expect it. Golden State, it's important, I reckon, they don't give up too many offensive rebounds because, Tristan Thompson can kill them, Mozgov can kill them. So it's important that they throw out a few bigs, but it's also important that they space the floor. Like, if you're getting Tristan Thompson or Mozgov out to the perimeter trying to guard Draymond or trying to guard Harrison Barnes, that spaces the floor heaps. So it's a dilemma of, like, do you play like David Lee and Bogut trying to, like, match that offensive boards and try and, like, stop the bleeding on that end? Or do you play like your Draymond, Iggy, Harrison Barnes lineup, where you're stretching the floor so much you may not get as many rebounds, but like the driving lanes are hugely open, because there's only one big in the paint.
I think you'd rather them take shots.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather right now. If you asked me this at the start of the series, would I take J.R. Smith taking an open shot? No, because I know how hot he can.
You want someone else to beat you at this point.
Yeah. But
you double team LeBron. I reckon, like, you defend LeBron and make the other guys beat you, because, like,
exactly,
they were pretty much daring Delly to shoot last game, and he wasn't making many. Neither was J.R. Smith, neither was Iman Shumpert.
Exactly.
These guys don't shoot that well anymore.
No, you're going to see...
And you haven't got, like, Mike Miller, like, you haven't got Miami Mike Miller that's hitting every open shot. You got, like...
Right.
Mike Miller hasn't played that well. Like, James Jones has probably been their best shooter, in my opinion.
Yes.
I mean, like, that's probably, like... The Cavaliers probably the best lineup that they can throw out probably involves James Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Like, despite that means you're taking Mozgov or Tristan Thompson off. I mean, you're spacing the floor great. You're playing Golden State straight up. Like, it's a good lineup with James Jones out there because, like, if they double team LeBron, kick it out to James Jones, he hits an open three. But to be honest, the only way I can see Cavs getting another 2 games is if LeBron goes supernova again and gets 40 points. Like,
right, I mean, if J.R. Smith can get hot as well, because he's a hot and cold player.
You need at least one Cavs player to go hot, get hot. Like,
I mean, JR can drop 30.
But he's been toxic for them in the series. Like, he's a liability on defense, And like the only reason he's at the Cavaliers is because he's the only other player that can create offense besides LeBron right now.
Exactly. So he's very important. But
Yeah,
like
but he's
defensively,
not doing
like for the Warriors, we talked about putting bigs there. So you clog the lane, right? Obviously, you're going to have someone on LeBron at all times. You're not going to come off LeBron. So suddenly the Warriors are going to come under the screen. Let LeBron shoot.
Yeah, like I think clogging the paint for the Warriors, like you've got to stop LeBron from getting into the paint. Like you've got to dare LeBron to shoot at this point.
Yeah,
he's made a few shots. Let's be honest. Like he's made more shots than he has maybe previously in these playoffs, but not enough that you're defending him mainly on the perimeter. Like you've just got to stop him from getting in the paint because that's where he's doing all the damage this series. Getting fouls, getting to the line. He's taking a lot of free throws and like he's getting a lot of points in the paint.
he missed a lot of free throws in that game 4 too.
Yeah,
Kind of uncharacteristic, but
like
yeah, these things happen.
like a good stat that I did see though is like a lot of series where his game 4 has been bad. Like he gets 0 points in the game 4 of 2011, 2014, and this year. 0 points in the last quarter of game 4. So a bit of a reaching there.
I'm not sure he knew that. If he knew that, he probably would have taken more shots.
Trust me, LeBron knows that. Like LeBron knows his stats as well as anyone. Like,
But yeah, I mean, if LeBron isn't making his shots and he can't drive, then that's it. Like, I'll take Mozgov putting 20, 25 down on me.
yeah, exactly.
I'll live with that. I'll even live with James Jones shooting like 5 of 5 threes. You know, like
You can live with everyone else on the Cavaliers because if you stop LeBron, you stop the Cavaliers.
exactly. You stop LeBron, and in turn, obviously you can't attack LeBron, right? Because you just don't have anything that could go offensively against.
Exactly.
I know Iguodala does some nice things, but at the end of the day, LeBron is winning that matchup.
Exactly.
10 out of 10 times.
But like, I think the way Golden State wins this series is inevitably, I think, we're going to see a big game from Clay or Steph before the series is over. Whether it's in a Warriors win or loss, I don't know, but we will see one more big game from one of the Splash Brothers, if not both.
Honestly, I can see Thompson going off more than I can see Curry.
Thompson had one good game this series, but like so far he's been a bit quiet. This whole playoffs really, like because we saw some like absolutely crazy games from him throughout the year. Like we were seeing games where he was like obviously the 37 points in a quarter. Like I think he scored maybe like at least over 40 points a few times. So
Yeah.
he's a good player. Like. But like, let's be honest, like the Cavaliers may be scrubs on offense in terms of their guards, but like
Scrubs is the perfect word.
But in terms of defense, like they're killers. Like
Yeah.
I know we're talking to a primo Aman Shumpert fan over here.
Yeah, I
Currently
love...
trying to grow his high top right here.
I love Shumpert, but he's got to play better.
Oh yeah, he needs to hit some shots.
And like I've
Everyone
talked about
on
this,
the Cavaliers
like,
need it.
talked about this with you before, like just off the record. But I've seen Shumpert pump fake someone. The defender goes flying backwards, so he's out of the picture.
Yeah.
And instead of driving to a lane where there might be one or no bigs, it might just be Draymond Green or Harrison Barnes there. He'll just take a couple of drills and take a mid-range jumper and miss. Like,
You can't settle at this point in the
no,
series.
you can't. And Shumpert's a very good finisher at the rim. Like, we've seen him with the alley-oops, the dunks. He can get up. I mean, one of the biggest highlights in, like, the last 3 years of New York history, which is kind of sad if you think about it, is Shumpert, like, putting
Vanessa,
the put
I want to
back
ask you a
down.
question. When the New York Twitter put out the Andrea Bargnani highlights, how did you feel?
I didn't know that such a thing could exist, Nathan. I thought it would just be like
Just like
10
a
seconds of
piss take.
intro, like,
Yeah.
and now Andrea Bargnani, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, nothing else.
They re-sign
Nothing
him,
else.
I reckon. New York re-signed him. But okay. I reckon we've talked enough about the finals. I want you to pick the rest of the games and how many there's going to be.
Okay, so
Game 5 in Oakland, who's going to win?
Cavs.
Warriors.
Okay, and then Game 6, Warriors. This is going to Game 7.
Cavs. So we both have a Game 7
Yeah.
in Oakland. LeBron up against the best team that he's ever faced in the finals, by the way.
Yeah.
But the Warriors are the best team, numbers-wise, that LeBron has ever faced.
LeBron James wins this.
Steph Curry wins this. So we still have our divisive picks.
No pick changes. I see that.
Hey man, I
respect
I'm
that.
semi-rooting for LeBron at the moment. I love that LeBron's an underdog.
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't see any way the Warriors lose 2 more games. Not the way they're playing at the moment. There's no way.
Let LeBron get his rest. He'll be okay. He'll be okay.
His old cryo freeze chamber, like,
dude, that thing's
legit.
That thing looks intense.
Yeah.
Did you see the temperatures that they were going to?
Negative 150 or something like that.
Oh my goodness! How does that work?
I don't know.
I'd honestly like to see, because we've both gotten ice baths before, right?
Yeah.
Now that shit hurts.
No.
That's
like,
some of the worst.
I could not imagine how that feels, like what LeBron does in that.
Like, if you've ever had a rolled ankle, if you have a rolled ankle right now, I want you to try this. Like, anything that's swollen, put it in a bucket of ice water, like water that's cold as pretty much ice.
Yeah.
The pain that you're going to experience is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And when these guys are banged up all parts of their body, and they get in a bathtub, like full body bathtub.
Yeah, of ice.
Oh my goodness, I can't imagine that.
Mad respect. All right, so I still have the Warriors in 7.
Cavs in 7 for me.
All right, we're gonna have a nice little series breakdown next podcast. So
yep,
it's
next
gonna be
week.
A big NBA special.
We'll be here next week. We promise.
We promise. All right, I want to hop on a plane, as we always do.
Always do.
Coming back to our.
By the way, this is stupid, but
yeah.
What airline is the best to fly? Because I'm really passionate about my pick.
International or
okay,
national?
let's say like Australia to wherever. So like
Singapore Airlines. There's no Singapore Airlines or Emirates, like those sort of airlines.
No. Okay, I'm talking like Australian.
Oh, Australian
airlines.
Damn.
So okay, let's.
Hey man, I love saving my dough. So shout out to Jetstar.
Yeah.
No. As in terms of best, I'd probably say like, I don't know, like I've flown a lot of Qantas, like.
Okay, no, see, that's the thing. Have you flown Virgin Australia?
No, but I've heard good things.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. I'm saying this, like, I'm not getting paid to say this. Like, I have no one working at Virgin that
Do we sound like we have sponsorship? Yeah, guys, do we really sound like we have sponsorship?
These sponsors aren't coming to pay me, but get on a Virgin Australia or American flight. I'm
Damn.
telling you, man, like, damn. Like, I've flown with them heaps of times. Like, each time, they don't let me down. And I flew with Jetstar going to Adelaide.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for. Let's just say that.
I reckon my favourite so far has been the old Singapore Airlines. Like,
okay.
God, I love Singapore. Like, they give you the hot towel and everything like that.
I've never flown with those.
You just smash out the movies on the flight. You get any sort of snack you want, like free. It's good stuff.
Okay, but we digress.
we digress. If we got the option to pay for ourselves, we're going Jetstar or Tiger.
Oh, yeah.
we pour.
All right, so AFL, some big news coming out. Chris Judd, one of the best players of this generation.
Yep.
Retiring.
It was inevitable. He actually came out himself and said he played 1 year too long at Carlton. And look, I buy that. He's only 31, by the way. Mm-hmm. He's played a strong 14-year career. I mean, like, this guy is... I reckon at his peak, he was better than Ablett. He was better than Ablett at his peak. And, like, you're going back, like, the last players that were as good as Chris Judd were. Whoa.
Were you even born?
Like, no, it would be like Gary Ablett Sr. or Tony Lockett, or, like, that's throwing it back to the key forwards of the 80s. Like,
yeah. Chris
Judd, I'm going to just do a quick summary for people that aren't too familiar with what he's done in the AFL. Started in 2001 as a West Coast Eagle. Won the NAB Rising Star. I mean, his first 100 games were the best, maybe of the AFL era. The best 100 games of the AFL, first 100 games of the AFL era. I mean, he was an absolute revelation at West Coast. He won a Brownlow medal in his 4th year. He went to 2 consecutive grand finals. He won a Norm Smith medal in a losing grand final side. He came back the next year and won the premiership. I mean, him at West Coast was unbelievable. It's just a shame that Like, he was the captain in a premiership team, and it was just such a shame that he was in that team that was probably scarred forever for such horrible drug abuse. Like, these guys were getting on the cocaine, getting on the meth. Like, literally Ben Cousins is going to be the famous one because he was such an amazingly talented player, won a Brownlow, but his career is scarred by drug abuse. And as are many of those West Coast Eagles players at the time. I mean, you live in Perth. Like, what else are you going to do?
Damn.
Damn, brutal.
You been to Perth?
No.
Why are you taking shots?
No. Oh, no, that's brutal.
That was savage, man. Keep going.
But then he went to Carlton in 2008. And Carlton's... they're like the New York Knicks of the AFL. Like,
damn, dude, what is this?
No, as in they have great history. They won a few premierships back in the day, but like they haven't been good for about 15 years. Right. And look, he had to carry that. Like, it probably shortened his career that he had to put that team on his back for about 4 years. Like absolutely carried this team to finals. Won a Brownlow medal with this team. Yeah, man. Like, Chris Judd is probably the best midfielder with Gary Ablett. He'd be top 5 all-time midfielder. It's a shame that we didn't see the best out of him in these later years at Carlton. But, you know, you have that many surgeries, man. Like, there's not much you can do. Like, your body just fails you. We power on. Carlton's a wooden spoon side, so without Chris Judd...
They're bottom of the league, hey?
They're bottom of the league. He just... got out while he could, and that's good. Good job, mate. Hop off that sinking ship.
Yeah. I mean, best of luck to him in the future.
Best of luck. Like, you know, he has a great family, and I'm sure, like, obviously when players retire, they get a lot more time with their family, so that'll be great for him.
Yeah. But just speaking about the bottom of the league, the Suns, and Fremantle. Ooh, it was close, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, that was probably the game of the week. I mean, like, they were saying I think the Suns got within 6 or 7 points. If they would have won that, like, that would have been the biggest upset of maybe AFL history. Like,
how dominant is Fremantle?
Fremantle,
put it in context.
Yeah, currently they're 10-1. There's not that many sides that go 10-1 going in. The only sides I can remember that went 10-1, the incredibly dominant 2011 Collingwood and Geelong teams. You know, not many teams go this well into the season. Freo, with the midfield that they have a few injuries at the moment, but they're strong enough to power through that. I reckon Nat Fyfe is still the favourite for the Brownlow. David Mundy's been throwing up some great numbers. Lachie Neale's having a breakout year. The Pearce brothers are doing really well. Like, there's a lot of players that are just hustling on that team. I mean, Chris Mayne, Stephen Hill's been having probably a career best. So many guys just having career best seasons. Freo's never won a flag. You feel like it might be in the cards this season. I mean, they made their first grand final 2 years ago. They did choke a bit.
But learning experience.
Yeah, exactly. But there's a few more seasoned teams that are coming through as well. I mean, Sydney obviously been to a few grand finals lately. They won one back in 2012. They won one back in 2012, and they went to the grand final last year. I can see Sydney making it back. They're very seasoned. They've got just star-studded lineup all the way through. Like, Sydney's my pick to make it back to the grand final at the moment. West Coast playing really well as well. Like, West Coast a few years ago is probably my favourite story ever that I've been in AFL. One of my favourite stories ever as an AFL supporter. Wooden Spoon in 2010. Mm-hmm. The next year they came fourth. Like, they just rocketed it up with the same players. They turned it around. And they've got a lot of the same group here. And I can see West Coast, you know, hustling to top 4. There's a lot of talented players there. I mean, last year's Brownlow medalist. Matt Prittis, one of my favourite players. So, you know. And then Collingwood. No one really expected Collingwood to even make the finals. And, you know, they still have a lot of their premiership team from about 4 years ago still in there. So, Collingwood has talent. I mean, in my eyes, Freo, Sydney, West Coast and Collingwood, with Hawthorn still creeping around there, I reckon that's the top 5. That is the top 5 in the AFL. It'll be very interesting to see. I mean, there's not much to say about the Queensland team. Sorry, guys. Hey, we might get a good draft pick. You know,
Brisbane.
Brisbane, I don't even want to talk about. They have the bye this week. we could come out of the bye much better off. We finally have the young Irishman's back, the Piers Hanley, one of our best players. Tommy Rockcliffe might be back after the bye, so we could make a late season charge and move up the ranks a bit. But at this point, we're not making finals, guys. We're not making finals.
The harsh reality.
The harsh reality is that we're not making.
And maybe
finals.
that's for the best. Get a draft pick.
Yeah,
man.
get a draft pick. Yeah, one that can nick off to Melbourne in 2 years. That'll be so great.
Don't blame him. We don't blame him.
We love Melbourne, don't we? Okay, hop back on Virgin Flight, the official
Not
airline.
sure if they make that flight.
I'm not sure if they make.
Yo, why are we talking about planes?
Man.
Oh man.
Let's not make an airline loyalty for the podcast yet. We want some free flights later down the line, and we don't want anything ruining that.
Yeah. Champions League football.
Champions League final. It was a shame. It's a shame now it's over because it's my favourite part of the football season, the Champions League.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and would you agree, the most significant title in Europe? More significant than league titles. Are you happier if you win a Champions League or a league title?
I think you're happier if you win a Champions League. And this is why. A Champions League consists of the winners of each European league, plus whoever came second, third, and fourth.
From the bigger leagues.
Exactly. So, I mean, England has 5 spots, potentially?
4. Yeah.
I think it's 5 for playoffs, right?
No. Fourth one's playoffs.
Okay. So, these big leagues have a lot of spots. So you've got the big juggernauts. Whoever came first or third is going into the Champions League. You get through the group stage. These are all good teams. There's no crappy teams here, Nathan.
Whereas, a lot of the leagues now, there's a huge disparity.
Oh, man. Yeah.
This is where you look for the best team. To be honest, let me watch a good Champions League over international football at the moment.
Yes.
Champions League is the premier, and we saw, obviously, the big match between Juventus and Barcelona in Berlin. I
think you called that match, didn't you?
I called it 3-1.
Yeah, you did call it. We did call it 3. I'll see you.
Our mate Todd Gresham threw $1 down on that scoreline.
Oh, yeah?
You know how much he picked up?
How much?
$13. We should have thrown down those odds, man.
Not bad.
That's some
Not
strong
bad at all,
odds.
Todd.
So, what did you think of the match?
It was a good match. It was what I expected.
Well, obviously we picked the scoreline,
yeah, right? But I didn't expect Juve to be so threatening.
Yeah, they were in it
because we went up 1-0 pretty quickly, and it seemed like we were in control. But suddenly they came a goal back, and it was shaky. I mean, our defense didn't look very good at all. Yeah. PK clutching as always, one of the best defenders in the world, right? I don't think you can deny that. And Messi didn't have a great game.
No.
But
I think we've come to expect that because up to these finals and that sort of stuff, Messi hype gets at fever pitch all the time.
Right.
And it usually ends up that one of his supporting players is the one that takes the starting role. So it's shout out to Suarez and Neymar who both picked up goals in a Champions League final.
Yeah, Rakitic as well scored. So it speaks to team brilliance as well. So if Messi's
this
having
Barcelona
an average
team
game,
is great all round.
Exactly. Ter Stegen played well.
He did. Do you reckon Barcelona stay with this system that they have where Bravo plays in the league and Ter Stegen plays in the cups?
I hope so. But I honestly think Ter Stegen is the future.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy is
German
so
goalkeepers,
good.
Man.
Oh,
German goalkeepers.
They've always been good too.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see how many great German goalkeepers start for good teams.
Yeah.
And these guys never even gonna have a look into the national team because the best keeper in the world is there. Manuel Neuer. It's not even close.
It's not even close.
It's not even close. But what did you think about the game?
Hey man, I just want to say it's an absolute pleasure to watch Paul Pogba play.
How good is this guy?
This guy is the future. To be honest, you've heard me. I'm always been a big advocate.
I think you're his biggest fan, to be honest.
I am he's a great player. He combines a lot of skill sets. I mean, he's for a player that's quite physically imposing.
Yeah.
He's got an incredibly soft touch. Watching this guy play, and obviously he didn't get too many shots in this match, but when this guy shoots the ball, he can absolutely just hit it.
He really can. I think he had one
think
shot,
he's destined to leave Juventus, which I'm disappointed at. I reckon. Look, he's better than the Italian league at the moment. That's just he's a better standard than what the Italian league has brought. but he's won a lot at Juventus. He's been around some great players. I mean, Vidal is probably the type of player he wants to be, and I reckon Pogba's ceiling is higher than Vidal's.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And as much as you hate on Pirlo, like the experience,
we'll get to Pirlo soon.
The experience as a Champions League winner, a league winner, a World Cup winner, like the experience that must have brought to Pogba, like
the experience of riding on other players' qualities. What? Go on.
But like one of the best moments after the match. Obviously, we know Pirlo was pretty emotional after the match.
Yeah,
Pogba was, before he cared about anyone else, he went up to his veteran and comforted him.
Consoled him. Yeah,
like and I love to see that. Like,
yeah,
he's very obviously very aware. Like he thinks of other people before himself. Like, and look, man, the future is bright. Like it was a great match that Paul Pogba played, and like
he played. It was an amazing game.
I know he's destined to leave Juventus, but personally, I would like to see him play one more season as the complete focal point of that midfield.
Right.
Like, he's still young. Like he's only 21.
I mean, getting to a Champions League and starting in that final.
He is 21. Like he's 21. Like that's mental.
Yeah.
He's already won like Young Player of the World Cup, like everything else, but like man, this guy's good.
He's good. And like you think about like the way that this midfield is constructed. Obviously Pirlo's gone now. So okay, let's say he stays next year. Just hypothetically. I know he doesn't,
see
but, like,
him going to. Where do you see Pirlo going, by the way?
Pogba, United.
Pogba. Oh, I thought you changed subject to Pirlo.
United, Barca, Real,
City.
No.
I reckon City's the most likely.
You think City's the most likely?
Yeah, he's not going back to United.
No, I think he could.
I reckon City, he'd be like rub it in like United's face.
Maybe. But like to my point,
that'd be intense.
To my point, with Pirlo gone, that midfield is still pretty damn good. And we talk about the final. Marcelo played amazing. If you just watch this guy the entire match, he was shutting down Barca's midfield. Iniesta couldn't get a touch without this guy being on his ass. Like it was. And
I feel like Pirlo's spot has come at the expense of Marcelo a lot of the time, and I feel like Marcelo is he should be the captain after Buffon leaves. He's been at Juve pretty much his whole career, and Marquisio's a good player, man. I mean, like you've got a midfield of Vidal, and Marchisio, and then obviously Pogba. Like that's a killer lineup.
Yeah,
and like this Juve midfield's been like right up there for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, let me just talk about Vidal for a second. This guy had a terrible game. All he did was foul.
Yeah, true.
And like you could make the case that he could have been sent off. And what that leaves Juventus with 10 players. That's GG, dude. That's a good game.
Yeah.
Like there's no way you're beating Barca with 10 players. So Vidal played horribly, but you know who played worse? Who played worse, Nate? I want to hear you say it.
Is it Andrea Pirlo?
It is Andrea Pirlo. He played one of the worst games I've ever seen, and I realize how great, quote unquote, he is. He's a good player. I know he's a good player. I know he's great.
I'm not saying the floor is yours.
Okay, I know he's great, right?
But you feel like
he's not all-time great, but we've already covered that before. Okay.
Do you feel like, I don't know how the hype train got on him?
It's the beard, it's the ads, it's the, because he looks cool, and he dresses well. He's a pretty cool guy.
I reckon the chip in the Euros too. Remember when he won the chip penalty in the Euros?
Yeah.
Like, that was big. I reckon his 2011-2012 was huge. Like, I honestly think that was an amazing season, and he should have been in the team of the year. But subsequent seasons, he's fallen off. Like, he had a really amazing season. I still stand by that.
Yeah, but like here we see like how the media influences everyone's opinion on how good someone is.
Players, yeah.
If I swear, you go back and watch this final, Nathan. I swear to you, like I would bet any kind of money that this guy did not complete 50% of his passes.
Fair enough.
50%, and this guy wasn't making good passes at all. I mean, he wasn't controlling anything. Marchisio was controlling. Pirlo didn't do anything. His set pieces were horrible. He couldn't find a target man. How many corners did he take? He must have taken like 10 or 15 corners. Probably only found a Juventus player twice. And this is from the quote-unquote premier set-piece taker in the world. I know he can hit a ball, but where are you, Pirlo? You gotta do something. You didn't do anything.
That's true.
You didn't help your side at all. Honestly, you would have been better off taking off Pirlo, okay, and chucking in another attacker in there. Because suddenly you got Marcelo, Pogba, and Vidal in the middle. You don't need much else. I don't think they're going to miss Pirlo, to be honest.
I honestly think that midfield unit is better when you're starting Marcelo, Vidal, and Pogba through the middle with that side lineup of either Asamoah or like Lichtsteiner or...
I like Lichtsteiner. I think he can do some really nice things.
Exactly. And he can obviously defend as well because he's traditionally a right back.
Yeah. So, I mean, yes, the hate is true for Pirlo. But
All right.
Look at the stats and look at the final again and you'll see I'm not wrong. Like, if you disagree with me, good. Okay, you can disagree. But watch the final again. No one can say that Pirlo had a good game. No one.
Who was your man of the match, by the way?
My man of the match?
Iniesta obviously did get man of the match.
Whew. I didn't think you were going to hit me with this question.
Your man, Andreas, and by the way, shout out to Xavi. He's now played his last game.
Yeah.
For FC Barcelona.
End of an era.
Yeah. He had a successful career. I mean, we did have some opinions on his sort of status as an actual pure player, but he did lead the team to a lot of great sort of achievements.
He's a club legend.
He's a club legend. Yeah, that's correct.
Just like Gerrard was to Liverpool, like Lampard was to Chelsea.
Yeah. There's some players that will be perceived as better than they are by the club. Just why I have such a biased Lampard opinion.
Oh, but you're right about your Lampard opinion. But okay, that's neither here nor there. No. My man of the match, Marcelo.
Marcelo?
Yeah.
In a losing side. In a 3-1 loss.
Easy. Easy Marcelo now that I've thought about it. What about you?
I'd probably say Rakitic.
Yeah, see, that was my second place.
Rakitic has done some amazing things. Like, I've liked him. Like, I'm a Croatian player, and he's obviously did some great things at Sevilla. I always thought he was a bit like I was like, this guy's doing well. Why is there no attention on him? And when Barcelona signed him, I don't think he got any attention either because it was like
because he wasn't like a technical player.
Yeah,
and you got to remember, like, we had Fabregas, and like Busquets is so technical. He might be one of the most technically gifted players in the world.
Yeah,
Xavi, Iniesta, like all these guys are like soft touch. They can make them really nice pass.
But now you have a workhorse.
He's a grinder, man.
Like,
that's all he does.
And man, we love grinders here. Man, like, I think the No Regard logo should just be Rakitic and Deldova. Like,
just see who can like grind.
Yeah. We'll just it was a great final. We might move on to some other football as well. We're now in the football off season, which is like a month.
But still some big games. Big
Copa America. These guys play like 12 months a year. Like, to me, that's ridiculous. Like,
you see the strain on Messi, man. How many games have he been playing?
He's not going to get a summer with this Copa America either. No. This guy needs to rest.
Yeah. And now with the tax fraud allegations, we're not even going to get into that today.
I mean, the season starts like at the end of July, and this guy ain't going to get a rest.
He's okay.
You hope that Messi isn't going to end up like it is a few seasons ago where he was too tired and it did start to affect his form. I mean, Messi he's got the Ballon d'Or locked up. Like,
yes.
Not even number 5 just locked up. Give it to him now.
Yeah.
But
who wins this Copa America? It's in Chile.
Yeah, it's in Chile.
Like Sanchez, Vidal,
yeah.
Got some good players.
Like, let's be honest, in the World Cup, Vidal was injured.
Yeah.
Sanchez wasn't playing great. So that's a good side.
Like Vasquez is there as well. I mean,
it's not a bad side.
It's a pretty good side. Playing at home, you could do some nice things. They just beat Ecuador 2-0, and we just saw Argentina draw with Paraguay 2-2 this morning.
Man,
my goodness.
I reckon the one word I always use for Argentina is top heavy. Probably 5 of the best 20 attacking talents in the world.
Let's listen.
So
go first.
Pure attackers. We obviously have Messi.
Yep. Higuain. That's 2.
Kun Aguero.
That's 3.
We have Carlos Tevez.
4.
We have Di Maria.
Yes, that's 5.
That's 5. You have some other guys like Roberto Palacio, like not even in the same stratosphere as these guys.
Well, what about Diego Milito?
Oh, that's true. Like,
I mean, I know he's fallen off the map.
36,
but still.
Yeah.
I swear we're missing someone.
Pastore?
Pastore is more of a midfielder, though. But I mean, like, what? How many is that at 6?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
And then
my
you also
goodness.
have Mascherano, but that's holding down the defensive mid.
Yeah. 6 attackers for only 3 or 4 spots.
And like, now that they've finally been sensible, like they used to throw everyone out in one go and it didn't really work. Now they're being sensible with it. But, you know, it's good to see Carlos Tevez back inside. But to be honest, my pick for the Copa America, Brazil.
Yeah.
I mean, Neymar's Brazil form is always incredible.
Yeah. And you got to think, like, these guys want retribution for what happened at the World Cup.
Exactly. Like, that World Cup was so uncharacteristic. I mean,
they played okay, but then the demolishment that Germany gave them was just, like, that's like a historical
we
loss.
knew Germany would win the World Cup after that. Like,
Yeah.
we knew it.
Yeah.
So yeah, my pick is Brazil for a bit of retribution. Yours? Colombia.
Yeah. You think about it, these guys are grinders.
And let's go back to the other, like, the World Cup. Like, there was
They
the
played
emergence
really
of,
well. They could have
emergence
beat
of James-
Holland.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
The emergence of James Rodriguez as well.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's obviously he grinds for his national team.
right? No Falcao in the World Cup.
Now we have
Suddenly
Falcao.
he's back.
Yeah.
And, like, we know he's off form. We know that.
Yeah.
We're not done. We can see it.
And we have Jackson Martinez as well.
Exactly.
From Porto.
But, I mean, putting on the national colours, man.
Yeah.
It's a whole different ball game than playing in Manchester.
Especially those South American teams. I mean,
Oh,
they bleed for their countries.
It's passion. Yeah. So, honestly, I can see Colombia winning this. And if they do, that is pretty huge.
Oh, yeah.
Because you talk about some huge teams here. Uruguay couldn't take it out. Like, okay, Uruguay, Brazil, Argentina can all take it out easily.
Yeah.
So can Chile. And now you've got really good teams like Paraguay drawing with Argentina. Like, that's a huge result. So it's going to be an interesting tournament. And the question is, can Messi will his team to a victory? As great as he is, I don't know if
You
he
feel
can.
like there's less injuries than there was in the World Cup, so you feel like Argentina has a huge chance. Mm-hmm. And it would be good, because like, there's always the stupid haters that say that Messi doesn't play well for his national team. So it'd be good to see him lift some trophies for the national team. Just quickly, we might touch on a few transfers.
Okay.
It's going to be a bit of a lightning round.
Yep.
So I'll say a player, and we'll say if they leave, and where they go if they do leave. Mm-hmm. David De Gea.
He's in Madrid.
He's going to Real Madrid. That's
Yep.
correct. That's correct. 10 points to Marcelo Lucha. Harry Kane.
He's staying.
He's staying at Tottenham.
Yep.
I reckon that's a smart move. Like,
Yep.
that's a good move to
For
try
both club and player.
Exactly. They'll get some big offers though.
Oh, yeah.
Raheem Sterling.
He's leaving, but I wouldn't. I am a betting man lately, but I would
Yeah.
not put money on any team.
No, I agree. I reckon I can see him leaving and I can see him going. There's a lot of noise about Manchester City.
Yeah, it's cloudy though.
But I can see this being the similar thing to a few other young players that go to Manchester City and just English players that ruin their career at Manchester City. Mm-hmm. Sterling is the most overhyped player in the English Premier League.
Yeah.
And he's gone too much too soon. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Falcao.
Well, he's back at Monaco, right?
Yeah, he's back at Monaco. He doesn't stay at Monaco. Though.
No, he doesn't. England.
England?
That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. I agree.
I can't choose a team.
I don't see him going back to Spain. I don't see him going to Germany. I don't see him going to France.
No. It's going to be England.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
He's leaving. I've been predicting this for like 2 months now. He's leaving. I don't know where. I don't know who's going to pay him. I don't know who's going to have to pay PSG.
He's staying at PSG.
He's leaving PSG. You're not hearing anything about it, and that's why I'm even more confident about it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm even more confident that
French
he's leaving.
league, though.
Yeah, you know. Gareth Bale.
Gareth Bale? What he should do is leave and go to Manchester United.
Yeah.
What he will do is stay stuck in Madrid, and some more Madridsters will burn his car.
I completely agree. He stays at Madrid. Ronaldo.
It's more he would want to leave, but it's too expensive for him to leave for any club.
Right, him and Ronaldo are just... That 1-2 punch is so hard to recreate.
When it's on,
yeah.
it's on.
Yeah, you can't match that in any way.
Exactly.
Speaking of Ronaldo, does he stay?
Of course he stays.
Yes, he stays.
He's ending his career at Real Madrid.
I don't know about that.
Well, that's like 5 years away. Anything can happen, but
I wouldn't go that far.
In the foreseeable future, he's at Real Madrid.
I think Manchester could have him back at some point.
Okay.
I really think that's a strong possibility. For now, he stays.
Okay, fair enough.
Cavani?
He's staying.
He's staying. Yep.
There's a lot of these guys, they would want to leave, but it's too expensive for them too. Mm-hmm. I reckon that'll end off the transfer news. Just before we get into our question of the week, you wanted to mention something about a bit of France, a bit of French Open, Marcelo.
Good old Novak Djokovic.
The final, obviously, the French Open. Novak Djokovic versus Warwrinka.
Mm-hmm. Which Warwrinka won after going down 1 set.
4 sets, yeah.
A huge win for Warwrinka. I don't know, the odds were like at 4-1 for Warwrinka. I mean, if you put a bet down on that, you made your money's worth. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So now this is the third or second time that Djokovic hasn't been able to close out the French Open. And you talk about a perennial choke. Now, I love Djokovic.
Djokovic.
But that's pretty good. I like that, Djokovic. You got to get it done in France.
Yeah.
Apart from Wimbledon.
Wimbledon's coming up, so that'll be. We're pretty excited for that.
Like, apart from Wimbledon and maybe the US Open, this is the biggest Open, French Open. You got to get it done, Djokovic. Like, damn, and you're lucky that Nadal has been so off form.
Yeah.
Because normally he wins it.
Nadal, he reminds me a little bit of players like Kobe Bryant or Derrick Rose, like players that have just had too much surgery. Nadal has had a lot of surgery, a lot of injuries. Yeah. He's playing older than he is. Mm-hmm. And tennis isn't a sport where you go till 40.
No, it's not. And, just a quick shout out to Andy Murray, because he just gets it done.
As we said before, grinders are our favourite type of player on the No Regard podcast.
He just gets it done. He just
grinds. He doesn't say anything.
Not many people like him, but...
He's not very charismatic, but you got to respect the results. He's always there at the semis, always there at the final. Mm-hmm. Andy Murray.
Moving on from tennis.
Question of the week. Who's been your surprise packet of the NBA playoffs in general?
As a whole.
Rule, can't be on the finals team, because if we were going to say surprise packet, it would just be a Delhi love fest for 10 minutes.
Damn, man. So he can't be on the finals.
Yeah. Who is your surprise packet player?
So, honestly, I know we've given love to the Rockets before, but the way that Josh Smith has played in these playoffs...
Does he stay at the Rockets, by the way? I think he has to.
Yeah, I think he does.
He's found his niche.
Yeah. And he's happy. Why would you move after being criticised for so long?
Who leaves a conference finals team if you're happy?
Exactly.
Doesn't matter, obviously players look after their financial security first, but, he's been great.
Yeah. If he can improve his free throw percentage by,
I can see him being, 6th man of the year,
there we go.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's all you need, man.
Man, he's been really good.
He played really well. What about you?
I have one or two. I reckon my big surprise packet was Damari Carroll.
Okay.
Coming out as just a 3-and-D guy, might get paid $3-4 million going into next season. Man, he scored so much. He was coming into that conference finals where he was injured. Mm-hmm. He was averaging like 17 points and just shutting down anyone he came up against. He's a big reason why they got out of those first two shaky series. And also, I just want to throw out some love to Paul Pierce.
Thank you. That's who I was thinking about.
Paul Pierce, his regular season, he did what he was supposed to. He scored quite a few points and, just as the mentor on that team. But he was hitting every clutch shot. He was...
Even the ones that he didn't get in time.
The Mr. Clutch of these playoffs. And man, if that's the last we see of Paul Pierce on the Washington Wizards as a one season, you can't ask for much better than you got exactly what you paid for and a lot more.
The growth that John Wall and Bradley Beal are going to have this offseason is going to be really fun.
Really good for their advertisement season for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's be honest. Though, there's gonna be a big chance that he goes there.
Yeah.
Oh well, we'll talk about that when we get around to that bridge.
Yep.
We're going to move on to our and ones now.
Now we normally have a separate and one.
Yeah. But I feel like this week, wanted to talk about Jurassic Park a little bit, but it's been too close.
No, because I haven't seen it.
Like, we can't talk about it. Behind
So, like,
let's
I'd
talk
be
about
pissed.
something we both have mad love for. Our favourite TV show, series down the show. I reckon this is like the 5th appearance in the N ones.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
We should talk about it more.
Game of Thrones.
Man, baby. One episode left.
The last two podcasts in between have probably been the best 2 episodes of the season.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Spoiler. Well, I'm going to throw out a spoiler for everyone.
All right.
So we can go in.
Yeah.
Man, spoiler alert. How good was episode 8, the Battle at Hardhome? Like, that was I would say probably one of the best 3 episodes of the entire show, like, altogether. Mm-hmm. And easily, like, I reckon the best battle scene. Better than the Blackwater, better than last season's battle as well. I reckon that's probably the best, because it wasn't a battle, it was a massacre. Like, those White Walkers in the Army of the Dead just carved them up.
And so much happened as well.
It felt like a horror movie a little bit. Like,
right, but like the battle scene itself, like sure there was a lot of action, but you also learnt a lot as an audience member. You learnt that Valyrian steel can kill these guys, you know? Mm-hmm. And that's a huge thing because Valyrian steel swords aren't...
There's like 4 of them.
Aren't common, you know?
No.
Like, so who has one?
Jon Snow, Joffrey had one, Tywin had one.
Uh-huh.
Because, Ned Stark's sword?
Yeah, melted down into 2.
Melted two swords. No, Brienne has one.
Brienne has one. So my question is...
There's like 7 in the world.
Would they have buried Joffrey with the Valyrian steel sword?
That thing ain't coming up. The way... Look, the show is almost notorious for dropping off facts once they're gone. I mean, Gendry's still rowing that boat.
He's still rowing.
Gendry's still rowing that boat.
Where is he even going? I can't even remember.
I don't know. He probably drowned.
Oh, man.
Let's be real.
That's dark.
Oh, yeah, because Game of Thrones is happy for real happy endings.
Yeah.
Last episode, but let's start on a happy note. How's it finally Daenerys getting up out of Marine? That's so great.
By the way, that scene with the dragon coming in, I have just 2 things, okay?
Go on.
One, the CGI was terrible. Go back and watch the dragon scene.
Oh yeah, no, like it felt like the never-ending story.
Exactly.
Like it was like
that was exactly what it was like. It was like a massive green screen.
Oh, it felt like
so bad, and it felt like she was just getting up on like you know those bucking bulls that they have at the
road? It felt like that.
It felt like she was just getting on them, and then like just them recording her like looking around. Oh. It was so bad, and you got to think about like maybe the budget is running out. That was the second last episode.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean,
we all budget on the CGI. We've shown them 3 times already. We gotta stop this.
And the other thing, damn Daenerys, you're not gonna defend your friends? Like you're surrounded by
peace out, guys. My ride's here.
Dario, I forget the girl's name that's with her. Jorah, Tyrion, your new advisor.
I always felt like the Tyrion thing might be a bit short-lived. Because it's not in the books, and I felt like they were just trying to, that everyone wanted to see it.
Right.
But
I mean, like, she flies away.
We're at the end of the books, by the way. We're at the end of the books in pretty much every storyline.
Okay.
We don't have much to go on. So, Season 6 is going to be interesting.
Yeah. But
And
obviously this last episode hasn't come out yet. Coming out tomorrow. So cute.
We hype. We got exams, but we still
It doesn't matter. Man.
But no, there's been a few very dark, sort of very controversial scenes in
I can think of 2, like these last 2 episodes. The first one being Ramsay and Sansa, right?
Ramsay and... It just felt unnecessary.
What was it though? Because
you feel like if you're getting married to a monster like that,
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
But what I loved is that they didn't focus on the sex scene itself, but they focused on Theon's face. And the emotion that he was going through. Because he's a huge character in this like world, you know.
Does he redeem himself? That's my question.
Yeah. I think he does.
He's got to straight up stab Ramsay Bolton at some point.
Yeah.
But, we want that to happen, but Game of Thrones is just... It feels like it's always the worst possible case scenario that always happens.
And the other dark scene, was Shireen burning at the stake.
Man, I reckon that whole scene earlier in the season where, Stannis is such a great father. Look at me, I care about my.
He's like, my family's always by my side. Bullshit. Man.
Bullshit. Like, like you're gonna come out. Oh, it's a little bit cold and a few tents got burned. Time to kill me daughter. Like, like what? What? If Sir Davos was there, it would have just been like.
I think he pulls out a sword and has something to say about that.
Oh yeah, like I mean, this is.
He loves her like a daughter.
Exactly.
Like she taught him to read or whatever. I don't really get that dynamic, but whatever.
Yeah. So I want to quickly talk about the most disappointing storyline of the entire series. The Dawn storyline was just
the Sand Snakes. Yeah. Oh man, this is the one encounter that one of them had with Bronn in the jail cell was like it was probably like the one positive because it was just like funny and it spoke to the power that they had.
Yeah,
you know? Like she like poisoned him and like just saved his life just cause. You know? And it was kind of weird and kind of gets you a bit interested. But apart from that, it has just been, like, the storyline hasn't been there.
Yeah.
And I love the King of Dawn. That guy is awesome.
Yeah.
He's got to kill that bitch, the leader of the Sand Snakes, whatever her name is. Because that chick is going to kill some people.
There's more to, in my opinion, there's more to than meets the eye with that guy. Mm-hmm. I reckon he is kind of planning to get back the Lannisters, but, like, he's not dumb enough to, like, try and straight up kill people. Like,
right.
The one thing with Jaime Lannister, though, like, I reckon his storyline's been really weak this whole season. In the books, going to throw out some book knowledge for people, because obviously it's not going to come to pass now because this whole random Dawn storyline. So in the books, he goes and lays siege to a castle, like some random lord. So he's at war, and so the whole Cersei things happen. Cersei's desperate. She sends a letter to Jaime. And in the books, like, Jaime gets fucked around by Cersei a lot. Obviously, Cersei being the manipulative, lovely person.
My least favorite character.
And in the books, like, he gets a letter, like, come help me, I need you more than ever.
Yeah.
Fucking throws that shit in the trash and doesn't do anything about it.
Oh, really?
Badass.
Damn.
That was my favourite book. Fuck, like, that's so fucking cold, but that's so great.
Oh my god.
He straight up just burns Cersei.
Please were going to say, like, takes his army and goes back.
Instead, like, Cersei makes him go to Dawn and he just tries and, like, goes to Dawn because Cersei said so, and like, he just seems weak, and, like, in the books it's like, nah, fuck Cersei. Like, that's awesome.
You know what I'm waiting for? I want him to reunite with Tyrion. I want to see what that dynamic is.
Yeah, like. It'll be interesting. I reckon Game of Thrones, if it is actually going to be a story with a middle, beginning, and end. I don't know why I said it in that order.
Blooper time.
It'll have 2 more seasons after this. If they're actually planning to end it, like, it's got 2 more seasons.
Yeah. Now this season went by so freaking quickly.
Yeah,
man.
It's always weird when you got one episode up. Like, shit, it's over already. Like,
no, tomorrow's episode is going to be sick, though.
So we'll go watch tomorrow's episode. We'll get on that study grind once again.
Yep.
And we're going to be back next week.
Yeah, best of luck to all you guys with exams.
Best of luck to exams. Like, study hard and...
especially UQ students.
Especially UQ students. How'd your first exam go, by the way?
Yeah, it was pretty great. What about yours?
Pretty shit. Oh well. So we'll get into it, and we'll leave you guys here. My name's Nathan Bleakley.
My name's Marcelo Lucha.
Thanks, guys.